Hey VC, hope you're well. Been a few weeks since my last video, so thought I'd make another one. This is what we listen to at the moment, Ray Barretto, a Latino Console. It's on United Ayers. This isn't a new purchase for me, it's something I've had for quite a few years, but yeah, I've been playing quite a bit of his stuff recently, so yeah, that's why you listen to this. Right, okay. New records. This is the latest album, sorry, latest EP I should say, from Thundercat. This came out earlier this year. Now, for those of you that don't know, Thundercat is a bass player. In the last 12-18 months he's played on the Kendrick Lamar album, the Kamasi Washington album, he did the Flying Lotus album as well. So he's certainly part of that group of musicians. This is a really nice record. It's got that type of feel to it. It's 6 or 7 tracks on red vinyl. So yeah, if that's your bag, check it out. He's done a couple of albums prior to this. Yeah, all worth checking out. But so this is a nice record. It's obviously been an EP, been only 6 or 7 tracks. It's a little bit more inexpensive than the full album releases. I think this cost me a tenner, but yeah, worth picking up. Right, okay. Field Music, this is their latest album. This came out a couple of months ago. Common Time is the name of the album. This is a double vinyl, double coloured vinyl. Yeah, if you don't know Field Music, they are along the same sort of lines as XTC. It's that sort of very English, slightly wonky pop music. Great songwriters, well-crafted pop songs. They've released several albums already, you know, but all of which are worth picking up. Yeah, just really interesting stuff, really nice stuff. Got quite a bit of airplay on it off the first 2 singles off this album as well, actually. So I hope it does well for them. Yeah, they're really interesting bands. But yeah, good stuff. Right, okay. One more new record, albeit a reissue. This is Jay Whitford and Gary Stevan, Feelings, albeit I think that's a pseudonym predominantly for Stefano Tarossi. This originally came out in '74. It's an Italian library album, albeit I say it's an Italian library record, but it's a better blaxploitation soundtrack than most blaxploitation soundtracks, to be perfectly honest. It's funky throughout. It really is a lovely record. If you think of the soundtracks that Isaac Hayes did in the early 70s, you know, Shaft and Truck Turner, that sort of stuff, you think about the strings on those records. It was the strings that really made those records funky, not necessarily just reliant on the rhythm section. Yeah, and that's what this is like. That's got that sort of feel to it. A lovely record. It's something I've been after for a number of years. I've never been able to afford an original copy of it, so I've always just checked it out online. There have been reissues of this previously, I believe. I think there's one that came out like 4 or 5 years ago, maybe longer than that, I don't know. But yeah, for whatever reason I didn't get a copy then, and so it's been put out again now. I've jumped on it. Comes with a CD of the album, which is handy to play in the car. But yeah, worth picking up. I know this has been shown a couple of times over the last few weeks. I know certainly Paul, ex-Junkie NL, is it? Yeah, Paul did a short video on recent Italian library issues, which is very good. But if you want to know this sort of stuff, check out Gideon Strumpet's label. It's certainly the governor when it comes to Italian library stuff and soundtracks. But yeah, cool, right. Okay, used stuff, very quickly. This is A Taste of Honey. Boogie Oogie Oogie, the album is. Lovely record, Mizell Brothers production. You know what you're getting. It's got that sort of disco feel, but with a jazzy edge to it. yeah, a really nice record. Not a rare record at all. This cost me £3, but it's one that I've never been able to find in decent condition when I've been out and about. You know, you can get plenty of them online, on eBay, whatever. But because it's not particularly a rare album, I never really wanted to pay the postage, if I'm honest with you. I just wanted to find it out and about, and that's what happened. My sister had just moved over to Stratford-upon-Avon a couple of weeks ago, so I went over there to see her, and there's a small record store there, and this was the first record that I came across, so I was chuffed. Good stuff. Right, from the same guy, I also bought this. This is Cannibal Adderley, The Black Messiah. It's a live album, I think recorded in '71, the Troubadour in LA. Produced by David Axelrod, which obviously says a lot. But yeah, I really like Cannibal Adderley. I particularly like this sort of period, the late 60s, early 70s stuff. You know, I suppose after Bitches Brew, a lot of people also went electric, didn't they? And you know, the stuff from that sort of period, a little bit more fusiony with an electric bands. However, that said, this is live records, and in places this is quite disappointing. So excuse me. And the reason why I say that is because there's a couple of parts of this album where it goes into a straightforward 12-bar R&B thing, you know, rhythm and blues. Excuse me. Now, if I want to hear a 12-bar blues played rather averagely, or better than averagely, I'll go with Chuck Berry or I don't know, Ike Turner. I don't really want to hear it on a Cannibal Adderley record. The other parts of this record are lovely, but there's a couple of points where, you know, 12-bar blues played very badly, quite uninspiring, isn't really a sell to me, you know. But apart from that, it's a double album, so there's plenty more to be getting on with, but a couple of points I just think it lost its way. But yeah, there you go. I really like the other stuff from that period. I like last few weeks I've been playing the Pyramid album a lot. It's a good record, as is Inside Straight. But I say, just a couple of points on that record which it threw me a little bit, if I'm honest with you. Right. Okay, picked up a few John Fahey albums. This is I Remember Blind Joe Death. This is late 80s. Now John Fahey, a wonderful guitar player, very bluesy, very folky in style. Recorded a lot of traditional American music. Yeah, you can't go wrong. All of these records, I've bought 3 albums by him, and they're all lovely. The reason why I bought 3 in one go is because the dealer that I was speaking to, he bought a collection of blues and folk albums from one guy who was a real collector. You know, he basically bought these records, put them on his shelf and never played them, you know, so they're absolutely mint. The records are beautiful, the sleeves are beautiful, you know, considering this record is what, about 25 years old, is it? You know, it looks like it came out of the shop yesterday, and it's a lovely record. This record, another John Fahey, this is Of Rivers and Religion. This is earlier, this is, I think, is 74 maybe, on the Reprise label. Die-cut sleeve. Yeah, a lovely record. Again, you know, it's in perfect condition. I think I'll probably look out for some more of his records from this sort of period, the early 70s. Yeah, it's got a real nice feel to it. The others that I've got, I think, are also a bit later. So yeah, no, very interesting stuff and worth checking out if you're not aware of it. And the final one was one of his Christmas records. I'm quite partial to picking up Christmas records, to be honest with you. I think it's from having years of having to listen to Slade's Merry Christmas Everyone, you know, about 200 times in the space of a week whenever it gets to Christmas, you know, so I do try and pick up something so that when it does get to the festive season, I can listen to something a bit more interesting, you know. So there's nothing wrong with Slade, don't get me wrong, but, you know, fucking hell, I've heard it that many times. But there you go. Right, okay, a few eBay purchases. This is Roy Ayers' Lifeline. I love Roy Ayers. I've got a number of his records, but this is a record that I've never owned of his. Never had it on CD, and I think it's probably one of his bigger albums. Certainly one of his most successful. The big tune on here is "Running Away," which is a rare groove classic. You know, I'm sure I've got a 12 of it somewhere over here. But yeah, the album, lovely record. You can't go wrong with Ayers. Yeah, great stuff. I know it's an obvious one, but my favourite of his records is probably "Everybody Loves the Sunshine." You know, you can't beat that record on a summer's day. So yeah, but whenever I see anything of his, the right price and in good condition, I always pick it up. Right. Okay. From the same seller on eBay, this is an album from the early 70s, I think it's 71, by the Thurs. This is a female vocal trio. Excuse me, very much in the vein of, say, Love Unlimited, who would have come after them, I think. This is an interesting record, actually. It's it's a soul album, but it's a concept album. It's a concept album about the changing of the seasons. And you know, I'm sure that somebody will tell me, but I can't think of too many soul concept albums. You know, you get them a lot in rock, but not in soul. Obviously, you've got the Earth Choir albums, haven't you, on Motown? Perhaps Marvin Gaye's "Hear My Dear" would be a concept album, I don't know, but yeah, but it's an interesting idea. It's on the Carla label. Now, many of you will know records from this period, the whole Dynaflex thing. So you've got this horrible flimsy vinyl, but apart from that, it's a nice record. If that sort of 70s sweet smooth soul is your bag, then check that out. Excuse me. Right, okay, from the same seller as well. This is just a cheap thing. The Crusaders, Hollywood. This year I've been playing their records live at the Lighthouse 69. I've been playing that quite a bit. So when I saw that the seller had this sale as well, it was only £3. I picked this up off him as well. Yeah, it's very much of the time. I think it's in 71. It's on Mo West, which also attracted it to me, if I'm honest with you. Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, a nice record. I don't really see too much of their records in the VC. I know the jazz which gets shown is normally more spiritual or freeform. This is obviously far more straight ahead, but there's certainly a lot of funky tunes in amongst these records. Yeah, I really like them. You know, it can be a bit cheesy. You know, you got Wilton Felder on tenor sax, Wayne Henderson on trombone. I say sometimes the horns do lean towards the cheesy side of things, but this is a nice record. Say it's only cheap, but yeah, it's certainly worth a listen. Right, and final eBay purchase: Roy Merriweather Trio, Soup and Onions. Yeah, this is a record that I came across probably about 7 or 8 years ago. There's a blog that I used to look at a lot more than I do now. I probably should look at it again. Funky 16 Corners, and one of the tunes off this was shown on that blog. And it's a nice, you know, you think of I said before about the Ramsey Lewis Trio. I really like that sort of gospel piano, and this is certainly along the same sort of lines as that. You know, once again, not an expensive record. But I picked it. What made me look for this recently is that I've been playing the Roy Merriweather Trio's Soul Invader album, which is a nice record. It's got a nice version of Coming Home Baby on it. So I've been playing that a month or so ago, and on the back of that I looked for this album again, and there it was. I think it only cost me £5. Great condition. So yeah, it's on the Red Columbia. Happy days. Right. Chill up. See you soon. Cheers. Bye bye.